Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. It's not comfortable sitting like this, you guys. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, for Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? Roxstars. Okay, let's see what we got to talk about. Let's get to the bullshit today. Okay, first story up. I know y'all is excited. I saw Messy Miles. Y'all know I love Messy Miles on Instagram, but he was so happy to find out that Phaedra Parks, okay, Faye, she will be back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're now legendary Sweet 16 season. This Sweet 16, child, is the season it still ain't happened. It's been so much that's gone through, that has gone through, even trying to just get the season filmed. And we won't even talk about the debacle that Kenya Moore found herself in when she did whatever she did, child. I ain't got time to be fussing with y'all about whether or not she released this pornographic material of old girl or not, okay? End of the day, Kenya out. Okay, Phaedra back. And I guess she should take this time to thank Kandi for leaving the show, because that's the only reason why they have brought Phaedra back. Between Kandi leaving the show and Kenya getting ass kicked off the show, that is the only reason why they have brought Phaedra back. This here to me shows the desperation of the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers needing to do something to get the viewers to continue to watch the show. They've invested a lot of money on this show, bringing Portia back. And, you know, it was supposed to, we already know how it was supposed to go for Portia, her returning to the show and everything. That ain't quite how the shit worked out. So now they've got to do whatever they can. Hey, how about bring back freaking Frack? Okay, even though I don't think either one of them are the same women that they were back when they were freaking Frack, but we're gonna bring Phaedra back and maybe have that dynamic of Phaedra and Portia together in a fun way, instead of it being drama filled and all. And apparently that is the reason why Phaedra wanted to leave Married to Medicine. I don't watch that show. You guys know the history why I don't watch. I just missed the bus on it and never picked it up. However, enough goes on the blogs now that you ain't really even got to watch the show. Because, you know, the show gets put on the blogs every day before the fucking season airs most of the time these days. But I had heard enough of people saying that she was on Married to Medicine, but why was she there? First of all, she's synonymous with the Real Housewives brand, so it was weird that they would put her on that show. It was clear that Phaedra still wanted to be on a show, and as close to Real Housewives as she could. So if we couldn't be on Real Housewives, we're going to be on Married to Medicine. That's a Bravo show and all, even though she dipped her toe into the Real Housewives franchise again when she went on to Dubai as a friend of one of the girls there. But it was clear that Phaedra wants to get back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. But she went on to Married to Medicine, because if you can't do that, then that's the next best thing, you know. Got over there, and from what you guys tell me, she wasn't given anything. Just absolutely nothing. She was there. She had some, you know, poo-poo relationship with some doctor. I ain't heard of the man. I ain't seen nothing from him on the blogs or nothing. I don't even know if she's still with him on the show. But they say that Phaedra now has decided that she will not go back to Married to Medicine. I said, of course she is, because now she's where she wants to be, which is on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's not going back to Married to Medicine. They say that she was pissed about the fact that apparently they say that Dr. Heavenly invited Apollo and Apollo's wife to the show, and Phaedra was blindsided, didn't know that, and apparently when they came on to wherever they were on the show, that Apollo's wife had been verbally like read Phaedra down. Now, Phaedra supposedly is the read queen. We gonna see if she still is that, There was always rumor that Phaedra was not writing her reads, that there was a well-known YouTuber who was writing her reads and writing the reads for a lot of women, not just her. But so I don't know if that is still what the case would be. So maybe this time we'll see if Phaedra is able to come up with all of those clever one-liners that we all knew. I mean, we are way more, the fourth wall in reality shows have been pulled down so many times that now people realize when it's you and when it's not you. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's not even true. That might not be true. I'll take that back. However, I'll be reviewing the show, so I'll let y'all know if I feel like that's some shit that she came up with. Because at this point, it's just like, I'm going to need to see it come off the top of your head. I don't want to see it in the one-on-ones anymore. Okay? Anyway, getting back to the main story. So, she was read down and was so pissed that happened that she apparently went off on the production, by them blindsiding her, not letting her know that Apollo's wife was going to be there and doing all that. And there is rumor that Phaedra is the reason why this most recent news about Apollo and his wife has come out. If you guys haven't seen that, apparently Apollo was arrested back in March for family violence type things. Apparently him and his wife were going through it. The wife was out with her girls one day, came home, got into an argument with Apollo. He showed her a video of her supposedly kissing some man, and that's when it went bad. She says that they got to arguing, he got too close, he pulled her hair, jammed her up near the refrigerator, and they got into some sort of fight. And then she ran out the house and was trying to get help, but wasn't able to find anybody, I guess, to help her. Apollo ended up leaving the house, and she went back in the house, called the police herself. When the police got there, the police looked at the security footage that they have around their home, their security cameras, and while they were able to see that there was a scuffle between the two of them, they weren't able to hear it. It was just the video, wasn't the audio. But I guess that was enough for them to see. So when Apollo came back while the police were there, they ended up arresting him. Even though she didn't require any medical attention, she didn't say that she needed to go to the hospital or needed an ambulance or anything like that. Oh, here goes somebody getting in their truck. He just looking at me like, what is she doing? And then I'm facing looking right at the man. Child. Anyway. Oh, he gotta get in there. He is messing up my vibe, y'all. He confusing me. Anyway, what was I saying? So, he was arrested, I think, for simple battery, or what was I'm going off my memory here. He was arrested for simple assault charges and released on a $3,000 bond. There's that. They're saying that Phaedra is the one that released that information about Apollo or fed it to the blogs, because this happened way back in March, and why we just finding out about it in August? Because nobody really cared until the point where Phaedra would mention it because she's mad about what happened on Married to Medicine with this kerfluffle with the new wife of her ex-husband. But as far as my opinion about Phaedra coming back, listen, everybody need to make their money, so I'm not mad about it. However, I don't know if I feel like Phaedra is going to be that same. I don't think that Phaedra is going to be that savior that everybody believes that she will be. Like I said, a lot of time has passed, and these women are not the same that they were. Yet and still, I'm sure that they will edit Phaedra and Portia well, because they needed to do well. We going by the red line. The bottom line is the red line, right? And if we trying to go by this money, at this point, everybody just trying to recoup all this money that they done spent trying to bring Portia back. Okay. We see that Drew is still in. Who did Drew have a problem with? I think Drew has a problem with Shamia. We did mention that we thought that Shamia and Portia was on the outs. But, I'm looking at social media. These two look like they might be okay. They look like they might be okay. But apparently Drew and Shamia is not, and I don't even know if that is a relationship that we care about, a friendship that we care about. You know, Drew being the liar and all that she is, and then Shamia. I mean, I like Shamia. I really do like Shamia. I love her family. You know, just seeing them from social media, I don't know much about them, but I like Shamia. She seems like she's a cool girl. But, you know, there's nothing that makes me be like, oh, I want to see what Shamia got to do. I think that it's great that they finally gave her a peach, but I also feel like it's just because they need somebody that's familiar to us. And quit bringing on all these new people, because you see what the fuck happened when you bring a new motherfucker that we don't know at all. Okay? That shit blow up, and now they have to deal with that girl, Brittany. She's still on the show. She's still on the show, you guys. So now they got to deal with that. So... but yeah, I mean, I'll wait and see. I am really tired of Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I'm going to make sure that I need to stop saying that, because y'all gonna be like, don't be reviewing it if you ain't feeling it and all that. No, I am going to review the show. I feel like I need to give it one more chance. That's the same way I feel about Love and Marriage Detroit, that they say is coming back. But I feel like I need to give it one last chance for it to redeem itself. I think I'd still be done with the show, but I would very well like to go off on a high note. Okay? Like, oh yeah, this season was good. Like, they finally did what they needed to do to get the people back on board. You know, I want that for the franchise, because it is a show that I've liked in the past. Y'all, my damn leg is hurting and shit. I'm too old to be sitting half cocked sideways on this damn thing, y'all. This shit has hurt my booty bone. Y'all, anyway, we gonna see how she does. I think Phaedra now wants to be looked at as just the cool girl, and I think that people want her to be the old messy Phaedra that she was, and I don't know if those two are lining up on what she is willing to give to the people today. Okay, I think that she's much older. I mean, she hasn't been on the show in 7 years, you know, but a lot can happen in 7 years. Y'all know what I feel about them 7 years, so we'll see, child. I mean, we'll see. I hope it works out for them, because, like I said, they need to do something. And hell, why not? Like I said, Kandi finally left and opened the door, because I still stand by the fact that they was never going to bring Phaedra back if Kandi was still there. They loved Kandi that much. Okay, they gave her that much respect that they would have done that. So now you see how God works. When one door closes, the window opens. Okay. That is what is going on there. But yeah, I'm not like jumping up and down. And of course, the next thing is, okay, we'll bring Nene back. Now, I am still willing to bet that they will never bring Nene back, because Phaedra ain't never sued nobody. Nene not only sued Bravo, but she said a lot of bad things about Bravo. Okay, so they would be a fool to bring her back, and I doubt that they will. But Phaedra's made sure that she kept her relationship with everybody. That's the reason why they were so willing to bring her back to these shows that was so closely related to Real Housewives of Atlanta. But you know what? Sis made it. So yeah, she posted a picture of her getting off of a private jet, saying that, you know, they called and she answered, and holding a peach, I believe she was, which means that she's coming back. So good for her. Okay? Good things come to those who wait 7 fucking years to make sure she get back on that show. Honey, that child was patient. Okay, played the long game, didn't she? I mean, honey, did the roundabout way, but finally made it her ass back. Finally landed her ass back on the show. What y'all think about it? Do you believe that Phaedra is the person that we need to put this show back on track? Okay, or is there more work that needs to be done? You guys let me know your opinions. Okay, you guys, while we're talking, let's talk about the Olympics. Y'all, have you guys been watching the Olympics? I've been enjoying the Olympics immensely. Last time that we talked, I told you how excited I was about watching the opening ceremonies, and how it was going to be on the 89 boats, and that the athletes were going to be on the boats and we'd see their vantage point and all that. Yeah, all that in theory was just so beautiful to me. I was excited. When I saw it in reality, you guys, my senses was overloaded. Like, I was so overstimulated. It was just not the same. When I actually saw it in action, I was like, I don't like this. I want them to be back in the stadium. It was just the scope of it was way too large. Like, it was just too big, you know. And first of all, you couldn't really see I don't feel like the people, if they were actually there, could see those people on the boat, because the boats were still kind of far away from us. At least that's the way it looked on TV. The boat was still far away from the people that was, you know, sitting along this 4-mile canal or river or whatever it was. No disrespect to the French people, but you know, that was that. The fact that it was raining, you know, you got to rely on mother nature and the elements. The fact that it was raining, it just puts a down, it's just a down, it's a downer on something like that when the weather is not cooperating, okay? And it rained part of it. By the time the U.S. boat came on down the way, them motherfuckers was drenched. You know, you couldn't even see. The water was all on the camera. They had on like plastic raincoats. I was just like, oh, I'm over it. I'm over it. You know, and then watching the entertainment, Lady Gaga, who I thought did very well, but you know, she was so far away, and I was like, what's the sound like for them that were there? I don't think I would have enjoyed that. I just was like, I don't like this. The only thing that I loved about the there were a couple of things that I actually enjoyed. Surprisingly enough, I love the heavy metal type of performance that they had. I don't know who that group was or who the people was. I didn't put that down. That just kind of came to me right now. But I did enjoy that. I was like, come on, y'all. They was playing out of windows and shit. And then, of course, loved Celine Dion. Just seeing her and everything that she's gone through. It was amazing. That voice, you know, even though she suffers from the stiff person's disease, and, you know, we know that she took a hiatus and has been working on trying to get herself together. There is a documentary that's out. I haven't watched the documentary, but there is a Hulu documentary. I think it's called I Am Celine Dion, and it's just talking about what exactly she's been going through these last couple of years trying to get back on track. But sis is back. Sis is back. Okay. And she looked beautiful in that, was it Dior? That dress with all of the sparkles and her voice. We love Celine. We love Celine. All of the fanfare, all of the dramatics, you know, and and then of course the voice. She sounded pristine. Some people say she was singing live. Some people say she wasn't. I don't even know. I thought that she was, but I can't get into no arguments with y'all about whether or not the lady was singing live. All I do know is that she's back. She's about to be in a residency in Vegas again. Okay. And, yes, it's picking up where she left off. Oh, shit. Let me see. My phone is saying that it's about to die. Child, it's always something, ain't it? Let me see if this, I don't want to fuck up the balance I got here. I don't even know if that worked. We gonna see, y'all. But anyway, yeah, it was beautiful to see her up there singing. I had a tear. You know, she was like, she was singing. It was in French, I believe. It was either in French or Italian. But it was a well-known French or Italian song. I kept hearing people singing. Did you guys like hearing me? Every little breeze. I won't hit y'all with that again today. I said, come on, girl. And then she had the man playing on the piano. His name was Jean Valjean Raymond. Shout out to I Love Lucy. I'm going to keep on doing it, y'all. Anyway, I've been enjoying the Olympics, but did not really enjoy that opening ceremony. Okay. And then, of course, that first day after the opening ceremony, the damn weather was still bad. Okay. But thank God most of the activities that they're doing is inside. But of course, there are some that are outside. Like, did you see them bikers when they was riding them bikes? Baby, they was coming around them corners and them bikes was giving up the fucking ghost. Honey, them shits was sliding all across the thing, running into the damn embankment, running into the fucking things on the side. I was just like, oh, see, this is what I'm saying. Even though that could happen anywhere, but it's just like, oh. I just hated that the people was out there riding and couldn't get their ride on like that because of the problems on the water. I mean, I guess that's really nobody's fault. I mean, biking is an outdoor sport, but them opening ceremonies didn't need to be outside. I'm over it. I'm over it. And yes, I did read that it's going to be back in Los Angeles in 2028. I'm here for it, y'all. And LA is gonna do it big. Everybody was like, oh, they ain't gonna do it like Paris did. I was like, I hope the fuck not. Shout out to the Paris people though. Y'all did that. It just was a little too much for me. But how did you guys feel about the opening ceremony? Anyway, you guys, let's talk a little bit about what's happening at the Olympics. Now, of course, my jam is gymnastics and swimming. Like, I love to watch gymnastics and swimming, even though my TV stays on NBC during the Olympic times, because I just love to watch all of the competition, you know, between the different countries and all that. But definitely gymnastics and swimming has been my thing. Let's start with swimming. It's been exciting to watch. It's exciting to watch the Ledecky girl, the Ryan, I want to say Ryan Murphy, not Ryan Murphy. What's his name? Ryan. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But the veterans who have been there, who have 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 different Olympic medals. The ones that are the ones that the kids strive to be, the ones that wanted to be just like them, and now those kids are now swimming with them. Did you guys see the girl who swam with Ledecky? And I believe she actually won an award. I mean, won a medal. I don't know I didn't get anybody's names, y'all. But they showed a video. I mean, they showed a picture of her when she was 8 years old. She was going on Halloween as Ledecky. Turn around 10 years later, the girl is in the fucking Olympics with Ledecky. The fact that Ledecky can still be there, even though this is probably her last Olympics. I mean, she's not old. I think she's only 29. She's not even 30. Okay. But the fact that these kids, I mean, that those Ryan and Ledecky, Katie Ledecky is a Katie. The fact that they can still be here all this time just shows that, you know, that there are some people who are just legendary athletes. Just have it them. So I've been watching, enjoying. I saw the men's relay swim team. They won gold. Amazing to watch, you know. And I remember I used to watch those when Michael Phelps I saw Michael Phelps was there. Is he still swimming? Child, don't give me the lion. He wasn't on that relay team, but I mean, you know, I've always loved to see a good relay. Can't wait for track and field to get started, but I think that starts next week. We're gonna get gymnastics and swimming and shit out the way first, because we can't we can't show everybody at the same time, so we gotta space everything out. But yeah, just been enjoying the swim on the men and the women. Great to see. And then sometimes it's even exciting to root for the other countries. Like yesterday I was watching the men's swimming, and what was it, the backstroke, or was it the butterfly? Cotton candy free to go. Let me see you Tootsie Roll. Okay, can you imagine if they did have a sport for Tootsie Roll and the butterfly? But actually, did you guys see that they have one for breakdancing? I was like, come on now, Olympics. I mean, breakdancing can be considered a sport, I guess, you know. I mean, you know, the Olympians, the Greeks wasn't doing that shit, but hey, you know, with new times come new things, y'all. But yeah, I saw breakdancing on the schedule. I was like, come on now. Then y'all see that damn Pharrell. Look, Pharrell and this Speedy that he insists on walking around with his 14-karat gold fixtures on the bag. I just can't. And now I don't care about men carrying bags and shit. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But him and this Speedy is, every time I say, I'd be like, I mean, the Speedy is just like, that person's, of course, it is like probably the most classic of Louis Vuitton bags. It's probably one of the very beginning bags of the, you know, I don't know if don't let me get the line on that. But Speedy has been around for as long as I have been aware of Louis Vuitton. My grandmother, I believe, had a Louis Vuitton. Don't let me get the line on that too. But why do I feel like she had like an old Louis Vuitton? Anyway, getting back to the story. Him in this damn bag, I was like, can you put it on the fucking thing and carry it around your waist or something? Like, put the handle on it, the strap on it, and put it, him walking around holding it. And then it's the smallest one, which was my very first Louis Vuitton as well. You guys, like, don't you have to break out the old, but just the fact that he walking around with that bag, I just be like, oh God, it's driving me crazy. I wish he would carry the messenger bag, or he can carry the fucking bucket at this point. But why you got to, Anyway, Pharrell wants to now add arts and culture to the Olympics in the next round. And I'm like, Pharrell, go sit down, because the Olympics is all about athletic ability, the agility of the athletes to the most supreme level. And fucking art is subjective. Everybody doesn't see art the same way. What I might love in art, somebody else may hate. And you can't judge that. To me, there's no judge that can finally say whose art is better. So get the fuck out of here with that. People just be talking, just be trying to be deep and shit. Do fashion and do music, okay? I ain't gonna lie, he has been a breath of fresh air over there at Louis Vuitton and everything, doing the damn thing, but I don't need you to be trying to step in on no Olympic shit, okay? That's it on that. But anyway, getting back to it. So I've been enjoying the swimming. And then as far as the gymnastics, been enjoying the gymnastics. We saw the women and the men's gymnastics teams. They were trying to, they both had to qualify for the finals. The women did, even though it was rocky, okay? But they made it, and it wasn't even rocky. It was rocky just if them looking at them own selves. They didn't do as well as they probably would have liked to have done. No, I'll even take that back. Simone Biles did great. The girls did do great. I'm just going to let me scratch all of that. The girls did fantastic. That team is like 2 points ahead of everybody else. I mean, they had that shit in the bag, even if they didn't have the best of their own showing. But they still did perfectly well. They were number one. I expect them fully when they have their finals. I expect the team to do very well. I think one of the girls is sick. Ended up getting sick. I said it's probably from being outside in a fucking boat. Okay, probably outside, all that damn rain and everything. Anyway, one of them is sick, but by the time that gets down to it, the finals, they gonna bring sis back, and make sure that she performs. But if she don't have to do it right now, they're taking her off. We saw that Simone had hurt her ankle. Well, we thought that it was her ankle. It was her calf. And they said that it was just it was nothing that they needed to worry about, nothing serious. Sis is fine. She ain't even got a flip with nothing on her ankle or tied up anymore. She's good. And I think that she's such a supreme athlete that she can, in her mind, they say that athletes, when they know that they have a job to do, they can put that pain and shit to the side, unless obviously it's just crazy. But they can put that shit to the side. They can get some injections and they can still do what they need to do until it's all done, and then they can go to handle their business, as long as it's not like a career-ending injury. I'm not just saying motherfucking get out there with a broken whatever and then feel like they can still perform. But that being said, Simone is she's just awesome to me. Just the pressure has got to be immense, but I think that she's gotten to the point where she knows how to navigate even that pressure. The fact that she was able to just say in Tokyo she wasn't doing it, even though, we knew that everybody was really relying on her and the rest of her team had to step up, and they did fine. They still won medals, but the fact that she did that, I think that she is true to herself and knows what she can and can't do. And so because she realizes her strengths, she's just comfortable being herself. I just love watching her. It's just amazing. She's so little. She's so mighty. She just flips. I mean, she gives me those same feels of Mary Lou Retton, not comparing the two, because as time goes on, people get better and better and better and better in a sport, But the same kind of excitement that we had for Mary Lou Retton back in '84 when the Olympics was in LA is how we feel about Simone Biles today. Honey, Mary Lou Retton used to be crazy. Just seeing again that same, strong, tiny girl just flipping and shit. Definitely. Simone's got like 5 flips that she's entered into the competition that are named after her because of the difficultness That's not a word, but you guys know what I'm saying. How difficult the different tumbles and flips and shit and jumps. It's not a jump, but all of that is. I mean, she's just amazing to me. And all of the athletes that are there, you know, when you see them ask who is the one that they really want to see, the one that they can make sure that they get a picture with, almost everybody is Simone Biles. So she is that girl. Okay, shout out. This wasn't even gonna be a, you know, one of these, a fist pump of righteousness for that black girl magic, but she has it. And the girls team. I mean, there are other black, if you noticed, if you've been watching the gymnastics, and if you noticed, there are many black girl gymnasts out there now. And I think that that is wonderful. I think that that is a shout out to Dominique Dawes, who really is the first black gymnast that we, on the Olympic level, that we knew of and celebrated. You know, she let these young girls know that they can do it. And then we turn around and look at it. It's a whole explosion of black girls. And so, it's great to see. Amazing to see. What else? What else have I seen, enjoyed on the Olympics? So the men's basketball game, I think they played, their first game was Croatia. They won. Like I said, the men are going to win their games. You know, I think that they've told the men, please don't blow them out. All right, don't blow them out. Let the people enjoy some healthy competition. You know, lay off. You ain't got to gloat. You ain't got to do all that. Everybody knows that the NBA is the superior of the players and all. Yet and still, that's not to say that the other countries aren't bringing more competition to the sport, you know, but they don't play at the level of the NBA players. Okay. And that's why a lot of times, I mean, there was some talk back in the day of them not letting professional basketball players go to the Olympics, that they would maybe let college players. I don't think this was ever really what they were going to do, but there was some talk at one time where they said, well, why don't we just have the college players go play the professional players of the other countries? But it was like, no, why would we let other countries have their professional basketball players on the Olympics, but then we not sending our own professional basketball players? It ain't our fault that our country has, you know, the players at this level. So that is why it's the way it is. But yeah, we know that the men is gonna win. Okay. And then tennis, we saw Coco Gauff. Now, she was doing very well. She had won in her singles. She was the youngest girl, youngest woman, American woman to win since Venus did back in 2000. And so, you know, she was doing very well. And then I just read that she ended up losing on her second round or whatever. I don't know the words. I'm not a big tennis fan, you guys, but she lost on her second round, and there has been some dissension on whether or not she should have been losing. Apparently, there was a call that was made she didn't think was fair. She got into it with the umpire. It's not umpire, that's baseball, huh? With the referee. Is that, yeah, I think the referee that sits up there, we see her, she said that she feels like she always has to advocate for herself. I don't know much about tennis, so I don't know if that's something that is just like, girl, you just gonna have to get used to it. You win some, you lose some, or if there really is something to the fact that she felt like it was an unfair call. Yet, whatever the situation is, she ended up losing. Okay, but that's just on singles. I don't know if we'll see her in doubles or if there's, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, I guess it is heartbreaking for something like that to happen when you worked hard to get there. I know, you guys. But yeah, that's going on. You guys have seen that Snoop is there. He is the morale. We see him at all of the different matches, kind of sitting with the families, enjoying himself. Snoop is going to be on The Voice, so now I understand why they have him there. They have him like the promotionary, is that the word? They have him doing promotions. He's going to be on The Voice. He's doing a lot with NBC, so they have him there as the moral support. Okay. Side note: Snoop said that thing that y'all see hanging around his neck that people were saying was the Baphomet. Is that how I say it? He said, "Well, fuck all what y'all heard. This is his goat." Okay, and it got blue sapphires and diamonds on it. It's a goat because he's the goat. Somebody told him he was the goat, so he wanted a goat. It was not no devil worshiping or whatever the hell else y'all was trying to say it was. Okay, that's why he wearing this goat around his damn neck. Y'all always want to say a motherfucker is part of the Illuminati and saying that they worship the devil and everything. And here he's walking around with a fucking farm animal around his neck. Y'all want to say some shit. Okay? He said that ain't what it is. Fuck what you heard. Okay? We also saw that Flavor Flav is also the sponsor, I think, of the women's polo team, the water polo team. He's been, which is like the craziest. I don't know how that happened. I guess I could have researched that and figured it out. But yet and still, he's the sponsor for them, and he's been like the moral support for them. And we've seen him with their family. And there's some big story about, you know, him talking to one of the male players, with male swimmers, and the clock, and I don't know what that meant, but it was real touching from what y'all tell me. Whoever that was, and Flavor Flav, you know, yeah, it's amazing. There are some people that just are able to stick around for a long time, and that seems like that's what it is. Y'all need to make sure that this battery ain't fixing to die. Give me 1 second. But anyway, let me finish this up. So, the Olympics, they've only been going on, that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Only been going on for 4 days. And, you know, we have 16 days, so we still have 12 days of the Olympics. And so, yeah, make sure that you guys watch. But we have the women's final teams on the gymnastics, and then I guess they go to their individuals, and both the men and the women. Oh, before I go, the men's gymnastics. Oh my God, did you guys watch it last night? I watched it actually live, and then I rewatched it again last night because this fucking damn weather here in Atlanta been a crazy mess, and it's been messing up the satellite, and I haven't been able to see everything fully through because it keeps stopping. But you guys, that men's gymnastics team, now they were the ones that was having the problems in the qualifying things the other day, not the women. The men were the ones that was having. We saw the white guy, what's his name, Brody? Honey, that Brody tried to catch on to that bar, and his hands just flipped. It didn't even barely touch the bar, and he fell flat. I was like, oh no. You know, we had the Frederick Richard guy had to make sure he brought it on home for the boys, but the men was not having the best time at the qualifiers, even though they made it. They did make it. But so yesterday was the finals for the men, and it was just great to see. We have that Frederick Richard guy, we have the Brody guy, we have a little Asian kid. I don't know what his name is, because this, again, I didn't put all this in my notes. But the Asian kid, we have, and then we have the white guy named Chris. That's all I know is his name is Chris with the glasses. And all of them was so exciting to watch, because as each one got up there and sort of redeemed themselves, with the exception of the black kid, Frederick Richard, which one is the first name, child? Whichever way it is. Yes, cute kid with the twist and everything. Okay, he talks like this, like, yeah, we got up there, and, you know, we just did what we had to do. And it's like, oh, okay. But anyway, as each one of them got up there and redeemed themselves, they were more and more hype, okay? Because apparently the men's gymnastics team hasn't won a gold medal since 2000. It's been years, like 16 years, I think they said, something like that. And so they broke the bad luck loop of the men's gymnastics team, and they were able to win a bronze medal yesterday. Okay, they all did well. That Brody kid, he is a good looking, y'all seen him? He kind of got that Rob Lowe look, you know, kind of like that stare and everything. He just good looking, good. All of them cute. They all cute. You know, the Chris kid, who I wanted to talk about with the glasses, he was the one who did the last horse thing. They need to have me at the Olympics, child. I've been up there giving all kind of commentary up there with Snoop and Flavor Flav. But anyway, oh boy got up on that horse. First of all, he was over there trying to center himself and meditate the whole time. So while everything else is going on over there, I'm talking about everybody celebrating each time they get off of the whatever they was doing. He was just sitting over there with his eyes closed. And when Brody had a really good floor exercise or something, and when he came back, you know, they was all partying and excited. You know, he just kind of looked up and he smiled, you know, and then he just closed his eyes again, and he had to center himself. I was like, ooh, what is this? You know, Rocky was always partial to the nerdy cuties, and that's what the little Chris boy is. So then after all, he reminded me of Steve. That's his name. It's not Chris. I think his name is Steve. And I thought that the parallel was interesting because he reminded me of Steve from Blue's Clues. Kind of that same look, right? Anyway, it was time for him to get on that horse. And he took his glasses off, and honey, he did what he had to do. And when he finished, he kind of did a little one of these before he landed. And they was celebrating like, not only like they had won a medal, but they was celebrating like they won the medal above gold. Okay, they was celebrating like they won a medal that was like out in the galaxy somewhere, some plutonium with gold and silver and bronze all infused into it, something you could never get nowhere else, that's unbreakable. I mean, they was excited. You would have thought that they won the gold, but they was happy to get that bronze, and it just warmed my heart because it was just like they just wanted that fucking medal. That's all they wanted, honey. They was celebrating. The damn Japanese and the Chinese, they was in the battle between the gold and the silver. And then I think China ended up, they just did not do well. And Japan ended up winning. So China came in silver, and they wasn't even celebrating. And then the Japanese, they was excited. So they was celebrating. But honey, wasn't nobody celebrating like the Miss US team. Them motherfuckers was jumping, and I just was like, this is so great to see. These young guys are just happy that they was able to make their mark, win their medal. Yeah, it wasn't a gold, but baby, they won. They is in the building, like they was there, okay? And they did what they came to do, which was getting a medal there. So enjoyed it immensely, you guys. It was great to see. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna move on from the Olympics. Y'all let me know what you've been thinking about the Olympics, what you've been watching and catching and all that. Moving on to the next story. Okay, you guys, next story is actually a sad story, and it broke yesterday. I'm sure you guys, if you were on Instagram, you saw it. I saw it pretty early in the day yesterday, but I hadn't seen any official statement, so I was waiting to see where the official statement was going to come down, and then it finally did. But Erica Ash, many of you guys know her from the show Survivor's Remorse. She also was the person who played the character of Kevin Hart's ex-wife, you know, the Tory Hart loosely based character on Kevin Hart's show on BET. Remember when he had the Real Ex-Husbands of Hollywood? She played the obnoxious ex-wife character there. But if you go back even further, you remember from Mad TV, and you remember she used to do all of the different impersonations of people. Not the other girl that, you know, that did Whitney Houston, but she also would do, Erica Ash also did impersonations of different black women. We found out yesterday, you guys, that she had died. And originally, we didn't get it from the family. I think that I just saw it was posted on one of the blogs, but still a blog that I wasn't ready to rely on. I think somebody sent it. No, I was just scrolling and I saw it. But they said that she had passed, but I was like, I've learned enough to know I need to wait for the family at least to say something. But then slowly we started to see like celebrities who I would assume were friends with her were coming out and saying that it was true. Roland Martin was the person who confirmed it, and I thought that maybe he was the one that had gotten the okay from the family to come out and say it. So I still was waiting to see, and then I started to see more reputable blogs that I rely on saying that she did pass. And yeah, very, 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 very sad. You know, they didn't say initially what she passed from, and the family still did not say per se exactly how she died. However, I think it's correct for us to assume that she died from breast cancer, because in the statement that they released, they asked people to in lieu of gifts, you know, to the family, that instead that you would donate money to the Susan G. Komen Foundation or any other breast cancer type foundation of your choice, you know, so they can further research on breast cancer and all. And so I'm assuming that that's not right. They did say in that statement that she died from a long battle of breast cancer. So I don't know if that means that she had it and it came back, you know, went into remission and came back or whatever. I mean, we don't need to know all of the particulars. All we do know is that she did suffer from breast cancer, from what the family says, many years. And then she succumbed to it, lost the battle, you guys. And it's just, fuck cancer. It's just, it's sad, awful, you know, that this woman and many countless other women are going through this struggle every single day, you guys. It's like the biggest fear when I get mammograms, especially for my mom passing from breast cancer, is like when I get mammograms, like that whole week is just shot until I get it. And, you know, thank goodness they tell you pretty quickly what the results were and everything, but it's cancer, period. But breast cancer in particular, because, you know, I have my family has history of it. So just really sad, really sad. 46 years old. She was not married and didn't have any kids. At least I don't think that she was, because I did research. I did try to look it up and see, and I don't believe she had any children. So yeah, and we saw many celebrities coming out yesterday and having a lot to say, great things to say about her, how they were just so heartbroken. I mean, I saw John Cryer, I saw Tisha Campbell, I saw Lonnie Love, I saw Mike Epps, who was on Survivor's Remorse. That show was so good. Did you guys used to watch Survivor's Remorse? It was excellent. And then when the Mike Epps character died, then it was just good. But it was a great show. That was a show with Tashina Arnold, Erica Ash, obviously, Mike Epps, and I don't remember the black guy's name on the show. I don't even see him anymore. I wonder if he's still acting. He's probably still out there. But yeah, it was a great show. She played the sister of the main character, who was a basketball player. She played the sister and just was phenomenal on that show. And just really sad, you guys. 46 years old, like young. And that's the thing about cancer. I mean, we see them. It don't care how old you are. I mean, it's killing babies. You know, I mean, we see a St. Jude's commercial all the time. There's children out there, the Ronald McDonald Foundation, and these kids are suffering. Adults are suffering. Old folks, like, it's just... Oh, I wish they could come up with some sort of cure or something about cancer. I'm sure that they've made big strides in it, but still, people should not be like dying like this. Still, cancer should not be such a scary word to this point. I mean, if they was able to get people to live with AIDS or HIV for years on medication, why can't we do that with cancer? It's just awful, you guys. So to hear that she had died was shocking. Not that I followed her career or anything like that, because I haven't seen that girl in so long. However, there are just people that you just expect to live. You know, it's the order of life. You know, you don't expect someone 46 years old to die from something like that, but yet and still she has. So my heart goes out to the family. Prayers up for the family and the friends and, you know, her loved ones, people that are now having to go through life without her. 46 years old, you guys. Rest in peace to Erica Ash. Okay, you guys, so this is not kind of a quickies, because I'm just going to talk just a couple of sentences about each one. We're going to call this a Things I Peeped, that I wanted to put in the top of the blogs, but it ain't no story about it. It's just some shit that I peeped. So that's what we gonna put in this segment. Things I peeped. The Aunties podcast. Now, you guys know I told you that I can't watch it because it's like secondhand embarrassment. You know, I'm like that emoji where you see the man, but he kind of looking like this. That's me. Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, that Aunties podcast, from the clips that I see floating around social media, that shit look like it is really funny. I'm not gonna lie. And honey, I would be remiss if I did not mention that Tia Kemp Reed of Miss Nida. Oh my God. I ain't never seen nobody, what y'all call it, playing a dozen? We used to call it bagging and capping on each other back in the day, but now it's playing the dozens of Jones and people. That Tia, that mouth is lethal. If you was talking about anybody that need to be writing some reads, it needs to be Tia Kemp. Oh my God, I never heard nothing like it. I have never laughed so much at the expense of another woman. I felt bad. I don't talk about Charles and Miss Nida. I don't watch them or anything, but I don't talk about them because of the obvious, why people talk bad about her. Like, that ain't never been my thing, but I'm telling you, she continues to put herself out there for people to talk to her. I don't know what happened. Somebody was like, she was just on the Auntie's podcast and everything went well. I don't know why Tia went off on her like that, but honey, that Tia called her a Pirelli tire, told her that she looked like the orange when it's peeled with all that white shit. Called Charles all kind of... I ain't never seen nothing like it. I was just like so impressed. Like, girl, you had all that. Just, some people got it. Some people got it, honey. Now, if I wanted Tia to be on my verbal assault team, oh, she would be at the head of that. That's why she don't give Rick Ross no kind of break. Okay. But yeah, I will admit that the show looks like it's funny. I just can't watch it. You guys. But I'm not gonna lie, that shit do be funny. I did peep that out this week. Ice Spice, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, to me, she doesn't seem like that's really truly what her personality is. She feels like an act. I might be wrong, but when I look at her, and I just like, she just don't even look like that's the way that she really acts in real life. You know, the whole walking with the booty out and, you know, doing all this and that. It's just, it just doesn't. I don't get it. And, you know, she's got a new album out. I saw Ashley said it was garbage, but I didn't expect it to be anything else. Shout out to Ashley. Oh, no, Ashley, I think, was talking about JT. Maybe she was talking about both of them. I have heard some things about Ice Spice. I haven't heard JT's album, but Ice Spice, I just don't buy it. I don't buy that that's her true persona. Maybe if you guys are Ice Spice fans out there, maybe you can explain to me. You know, you don't have to, but I'm asking, you know, is that really who she is? It just doesn't seem like that's the real thing. Scrappy and Bambi, I feel like they are softening us up for some sort of reconciliation. Okay, for however long that lasts, because we know Scrappy, he keep him in rotation and all, but the fact that they keep showing up on social media together, I don't give a damn if they at work with Love and Hip Hop. Something is up there. Okay, something is up there. Bambi can continue to deny it. Oh, we just at work, we just work together, we can't leave and everything, but yet still you guys keep showing up on Instagram, on live. You don't have to do that. Be at work. You ain't got to show us your office. Okay, be at work. But these two, you know, but although Scrappy keep on saying, oh, this ain't just work, you know, oh, this ain't, no, this is work. We can't leave. We can't leave. If we leave, we don't get paid. So, you know, we are at work. And I know Erica is mad as fuck over there, though. She about to come out in a minute and tell y'all that's not her man. She never said it was her man and all that. Okay, is she pregnant? And while we talking about stuff that we peeped out, I finally did see the video of Chaotic. Chaotic is truly mad at Scrappy. Okay, Chaotic feels like Scrappy is just trying to play things up for the camera. I don't know what got them to this point, but there is true drama between the two of them, and it don't look like it's just for Love and Hip Hop. So there is that. Okay, peep that out. He is mad. Okay, other things I peeped out. What's going on with the legal system down there in LA? You know, West Coast is the best coast and everything, but I saw some, you know, very disturbing videos of the guy who had killed Pop Smoke. You know, he's out now because he was a juvenile when he was arrested, when he killed him. So I guess he was tried under the juvenile system and they have let him out. He did his however many years and he's let, which just, you kill somebody, you should not still be on, you shouldn't be back on the street after some few years. I feel like it's only been a few years. It's only been four years or so. He's saying all these terrible things about Pop Smoke. I mean, if I was a loved one of Pop Smoke, I would be losing my mind. There's no, I don't understand. First of all, why are people even interviewing him? Why should he have anything to say? But he's saying stuff like, no, he don't feel bad, paraphrasing. But no, he don't feel bad about what happened because that happened every day. Motherfuckers die every day. People get killed all the time. That's just part of the game and all that, you know. Don't nobody need to hear that or say that kind of shit. You know, it's just awful to hear. But now we see that the guy who killed PNB Rock, the judge is saying he is not mentally fit. he's not able to withstand trial. I don't know what that means. You've got a person that has killed somebody, 17 years old, I think he is, and it was witnessed. He was the one who did it, this, that, and the other, yet and still they don't want to put him through trial. If he has pled not guilty, then what does that mean? You know, like, is that shit going to be on hold forever or what? Like, I feel like that's a flaw. Because I am an eye for an eye kind of person. If you kill one of my loved ones, I want you to be dead too. That's awful to say, you know, as a Christian and everything, but that's how I believe. Like, I don't feel like a person who can take somebody else's life should be given, you know, extended the benefits of being alive anymore. You kill somebody, you should be dead too. Not talking about if it was in defense. That's a totally different thing. But clearly, this PMB or Pop Smoke, in both situations, they were not in defense. They were attacked and killed. Okay, robbed and killed. So, yeah, I'm a little upset about that. My real rock star lawyers out there, you guys can weigh in on that and let me understand what happens to this 17-year-old who killed somebody, but now he's just in jail willy-nilly and they lollygagging there. Let me know what I'm supposed to think about that. Did you guys see that Oprah and Gayle finally did say that they aren't gay? Not that I felt that they were gay. I never felt like they were gay. You know, I know that society has a problem seeing two women, you know, maybe it's two black women that have been friends for so long, you know, you just feel like they must be bumping coochies. They not. Okay. I didn't never think that they were. And they say that they aren't, and they would tell you if they were. But the fact that you guys just aren't seeing a lot of women being friends for years and years and years, that's unfortunate. Okay, I have friends that I've been friends with for 20, 30, 40, 50 fucking years. All right, my friend Cheryl, you know, I've been knowing her since I was fucking 4 or 5 years old, you know, and Val, and grew up with them, and they're still very close, my close friends. All right, you guys, sorry about that. My phone died, and I now have to hold it. Tired. Okay, but getting back to what I was saying, yeah, I have friends that I have been friends with for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I love my friendship with my women friends. They are special to me, and it always hurts my heart when I hear women say that they don't have women friends. You know, it's just sort of like whenever I hear women say that, I just wonder, like, what happened that made you feel that way? I don't know if that would be just a sentiment that most women would have, and it feels like something happened, like you don't have a relationship with many women in your life. Maybe there's some mommy-daughter issues. Whatever it is, something has happened and you don't do the work. Let me put that part on there. You don't do the work to find out why you feel this way. You have just realized you've been hurt by some women in your past, the main ones in your past, and so now you've decided that you're going to write off all women. But to me, you know, if you don't do the work to find out why you feel a certain way about anything, you know, it's just sort of like, you know, we all have trauma. We all have past life. Things have happened in our life. In the same way you do the work to find out why you were a certain way in an intimate relationship with a man or a woman, you know, if you're gay or whatever. You know, that is still worth it to find out why you feel that way about your friendship relationships with other women too, you know. But yeah, you guys, my women relationships are very important to me. My friendships are very important to me. I talk to, you know, I ain't got to talk to them every day except for Deborah. Deborah I talk to 100 times a day. But, you know, these are still my friends that I would trust with, like, my life and things that I would tell them. Like, I do have a handful of people, and that's special to me. And I think that women who have that, it is special. And it's too bad that there are women that say they don't like women or have friends with, you know, friends with other women. Because you don't hear men say that. Like, you don't hear men say, I don't really have I don't fuck with too many men, you know. It's just women. And so that's why I feel like it is a reason why women just don't feel that way for the most part. I know you guys are going to be in my comments, you guys, about this, because every time I bring up this subject, you guys be like, I just don't, you know, I just do better without women and all that. I just still feel like there's usually a reason why. But that's it on that. Y'all weigh in on that. And lastly, you guys, Boss Man D-Lo. All I'm going to say is I don't know what you're doing with your fucking life if you're not listening to Boss Man D-Lo. I love him. I love him. I love his music. I don't know what else to tell you, but I love his music. You guys, I'm going to stop. Y'all going to see I haven't shaved under my arm, so I'm going to hold this camera a different kind of way. Y'all, love the fact that the sun, the lighting is so much better this way than the way I had it. Y'all can see I didn't do too bad. I got to get my eyebrows done. Anyway, I got to get off of here, you guys. That is it for what I peeped. Y'all let me know what y'all peeped this week. All right, you guys, that's it. Let me get on off of here. Get on back to work. I'm actually going to try to sneak and get me something to eat and then get on back to work, okay? We do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you... Oh, my God, I was supposed to say happy birthday to somebody. Did you leave me the message in my Instagram comments? I mean, in my DMs? Let me go check and see. All right, you guys, she did. This is going to be a birthday shout out to Aubrey, who's turning 13 years old. She's a STEM student. She's an artist. Her mom is super proud of her, and she wanted me to make sure that I shouted Aubrey out. So I am shouting you out. I believe your birthday is this weekend coming up. I just hurried up and looked at the message real quick and came back, so I didn't take note of when the actual birthday is. But it's either coming up or it's today. I don't think it's today, so I think it's coming up. But happy birthday to you, girl. I'm so glad I looked and remembered. I would have felt really bad because the babies, you know, Rocky love the babies. Okay, we're going to try to shout the babies out when I can. Y'all don't see the hair under my arm, do you? But anyway, shout out to you. Happy birthday, Aubrey, baby girl. Okay? And that's it. That memory don't always work, but every now and again, it come through in a pinch, y'all. But I'm going to get off of here, okay? Make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars.